Hello students, hope all of you are doing well. So again I am back with chapter number 5, that is the expansion of Delhi Sultanate, the Khilji and the Tughlaq dynasty. So in my last video I have covered up to page number 46, art and learning. So today we are going to start with the Tughlaq dynasties. So let's get started. So in 1320 CE, the last Khilji ruler was killed. Okay, by whom? By Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, and he founded a new dynasty, that is the Tughlaq dynasty. Okay, so Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq is not in your syllabus. Let's start. Now, let's start with Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay, so he was the son of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, and he was a learned intellectual man who always had a thirst for knowledge. Okay, gathering from anything. Okay, he had a very sharp memory and keen intellect. He had a fascination for Persian literature, poetry, calligraphy means decorative handwriting. Okay, beautiful handwriting, fine arts, music, and learned men. Okay, but he had a paradoxical character. Paradoxical means contradiction. Okay, contradictory character. Okay, that is, he was wise but also a fool, and at the same time he was a madman also. Okay, an idealist and visionary means intuitive. Okay, and imaginary. Okay, insightful, and he was a very hardworking ruler also. Now, taxation in the Dayab. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq realized the importance of a strong and powerful army to strengthen and secure the position of the ruler. To enhance his military resources, he needed additional revenue. So the Ganga Yamuna region was very fertile, and there the tax was also increased. Okay, but during that time severe famine broke out. Famine means severe scarcity of food. Okay, but the tax collectors continued to collect taxes from the common people. So in order to escape from that treachery, they evaded into jungles. Okay, the common people or the peasants. But Muhammad bin Tughlaq ordered a relief measure. Okay, means he gave a free kitchen, loans to the farmer, irrigation facilities were improved, but all these things went in vain because the damage had already been done. Now, transfer of capital. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted the capital from Delhi to Devagiri. Okay. Now, why he did that? Firstly, central location. So with the expansion of the Delhi Sultanate into the Deccan, Devagiri happened to be centrally located and nearly equidistant from Delhi and other important places in Tughlaq Empire. And secondly, due to the repeated Mongol attacks. Okay. Now, according to a historian, that is Ibn Battuta, he said that Muhammad bin Tughlaq ordered to transfer the whole population to Daulatabad. Okay, that is Devagiri. So elaborate arrangements were made for the journey. Okay, a broad road was built with trees on both sides. Temporary huts were set up along the way. Provisions were made for supply of free food and drinks during the journey. Okay, but however, this journey was long and arduous, and many people died in the way. Okay, some became very much tired, homesick survivors, and could not adjust in a new place. Okay, now modern historians, however, do not accept the account of a mass exodus. So, according to them, Delhi was never depopulated because there is evidence to prove that construction work was carried out in Delhi during the period of transfer. So, that time Mongols got several chances to attack Delhi because no ruler was there to rule Delhi that time. Okay, so and realizing this foolishness, Muhammad bin Tughlaq again shifted back to Delhi. He ordered his people to come back to Delhi, and this experiment had failed severely. Okay, so it had drained the treasury and reduced the grand and prosperous capital of Delhi to a mere shadow of its former self. Daulatabad, a monument of misdirected energy, became a deserted city. So that's all for today, children. Please go through the text Okay, and if you have any problem, please feel free to ask me in the live class. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.